Good morning and welcome to your morning routine for yoga. Remember in the morning that your body might be a little bit more crusty, so do move gently to begin, and we'll start by warming up in through the low back. Be aware of how you're moving by using your breathing. So we'll come into all fours. Just take the hands right underneath the shoulders and begin by having the knees apart and come on into hip circles, coming around. Just use your bum like a stir stick to come around, keeping your breathing in and out through the nose so that you feel the awareness of the breath. Now circle around in the other direction, coming around. And then come on right back to your center. Now tuck your toes, bring your knees apart rather, and bring your toes together. And you're going to take the arms forward and then exhale and release the forehead to the floor, coming into child's pose. You're releasing the head. You feel yourself come down entirely. I'm going to keep my head lifted for the mic and do a tiny shift from side to side. Your palms are really reaching out to stretch under the arms and in through the upper back. Your breathing is steady in and out through the nose. And then you can come on right back up. Take the knees together. They're still apart though, but bring them in closer. And then tuck the toes under. Take an inhale, lift the eyes. Arc the back as you breathe in, and then exhale and rise into your cat round. Keep the toes tucked. And then breath in, gaze up, dog tilt the bum up as you lift the eyes. And then you can exhale, round the spine, draw the core in, head dangles. Once more, breathe in, gaze up, lift the eyes, arcing, and then exhale and round the spine. Now look back in between your legs so you get a little bit more of a stretch of the back of the neck, the chin is tucking. And then point the toes. Now take your hands forward about a foot. Plant the hands, tuck the toes under again. Inhale, gaze up, arc the back, tiny arc because you're long. And then exhale and rise into stepping into the legs into downward dog. So you're going to bring your feet in a little bit closer. And now bend the knees. Tip your bum up really high to the ceiling so you get a good lengthen through your spine. And send the bum bones up as you lengthen through your spine. Get a really good lift. Core pulls in. Head is falling, so you get a long line from the bum, tailbone, right through to the top of the head. And then let the legs straighten by pressing the heels down. And then paddle up and down with the heels, pressing them down so that you're stretching right through the calf. Breath. Couple more as you press the heels down. And then press both down and let your head dangle. One more breath in downward dog. And then you can bend the knees and take the arms forward. Keep the toes tucked under. And then you're going to pull back, lengthen through your spine so you feel that long pull back here. And then you're going to take the arms over to the left and pull the right waist back as you release the forehead. Stretch out of that right waist, getting the core pulling in on your exhale. And then breathe in on the next in-breath. Come on back up. And then come on over to the other side. So I'm cueing you with the breathing so that you can move on the inhale. So feel free always to wait for your next inhale before you go into the next movement. We'll be spending a few breaths in each pose. And then you can draw back to your middle. Take the hands under the shoulders again. Tuck the toes, or keep them tucked rather. Inhale, lift the eyes. Exhale, rise into downward dog. You might notice a greater stretch in your arms. Keep the bum bones lifting. Take only one more breath. Keep the hips lifting. And now you can gaze up, come up onto the tips of the toes and step the feet forward in between the hands. You might take a few steps. In breath, come halfway up. Now extend the arms down so that you draw the shoulders down. You're looking ahead but not too high up with the chin so you can lengthen through the back of the neck. Now pull up through the core so you're really sending that area back, okay? You want to feel that long spine. And then exhale and fold forward. You're nicely lifted through the hips. Then breathe in, press into the feet, come all the way up, press the palms together. And then exhale the hands to center. Okay, we'll come right into the next one. In breath, gazing up, open through the chest. Exhale, fold forward, forward bend. Really reach out through the top of the head. Breathe in, come halfway up, just touch. Now take the hands alongside the body. Reach the shoulders down as you send the middle fingers back. Then drop your hands, exhale, fold, press into the hands. Step the legs back, turning to your left, come on your right knee, opening into side plank as you lift. Make sure you keep your shoulder blade back and down, and then come on back to the center. Inhale, breathe in, come up, opening the chest. Again, the shoulder blade is back, and then you can come down. Now, keep that right heel reaching out and just do a forward and back stretch of the calf and the Achilles. And then you can switch legs. Come on down onto the right knee. Extend the left toes back as much as you can. Press forward and back. Pressing out. And then you can come back to the knees. Now, walk the knees back a foot, lower to the pubic bone, lift the chest, coming down, and then press into the elbows, pressing them into the rib cage, and lift into your sphinx while the tops of the feet press down. Especially press down through the baby toe side and the pubic bone. And then take an in-breath, come up, exhale, child's pose back. Release the forehead to the floor. And then on your next in-breath, come on back up. Take the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes under. Inhale, lift up into downward dog. Again, lengthening through the backs of the legs. Keep pulling up from the core, lengthening through the spine. And then you can gaze up, come up onto the tiptoes. Step the feet forward to the hands. Come on halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. And then inhale, scoop the arms up, bring the palms together, and then exhale the hands to center. Inhale again, coming up, open through the chest. Exhale, fold forward, forward bend. Breathe in, come halfway up, just touch. Exhale, fold forward. Planting the hands, step the legs back to your left, coming into the plank, side plank, taking an inhale, opening the chest, take an extra breath. Taking the arm over in line with the ear as you reach and really lengthen out from the side of the waist. Then you can breathe in, come on back, rotate to the other side, big in-breath, opening the chest. Again, another breath to lengthen out from the side of the waist. And then you can bring that arm back. Now you come into your plank, you reach the heels out, stay in your plank for a moment and pull up from the core. Just go into a half a giggle, little to start your day. Now take your legs wide and keep the core pulled in. Keep the heels charged back so the backs of the knees open. Good, now feel the heat. See if you can keep pulling up from the core so the weight doesn't go into your palms as much. Shoulders are down, you reach out through the top of the head. Now step the feet together, bend the knees, scoop the tailbone forward, and then pressing into the hands like you're pulling them back, but you keep them staying put. And then you pull up and you gaze ahead. You press into the heel of the hand as the elbows press into the side of the body. Then you breathe in again. Exhale back into child's pose. Release the forehead to the floor. Then come on back up into all fours position. Tuck the toes under. Take an inhale, arc the back, lift the eyes. Exhale, fold into your downward dog. Stay with your breath. Take in 3 more breaths in your downward dog. Keep that lift of the core. Keep the length through the backs of the legs as the heels reach down. Great. And now you're going to gaze up, come up onto the tiptoes, and then step the feet forward to the hands. Come on halfway up, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, scoop the arms up, bring the palms together, gazing up at the thumbs, and exhale the hands to center. We'll come into the last one. Inhale, gazing up. Exhale, fold forward, forward bend, open through the chest. Breathe in, come halfway up, touch. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the hands, jumper step the legs back, side plank, turning to the left. Take 2 breaths here, 1 to open the chest. Take the arm a little further back, so open the chest. And then inhale, take the arm over in line with the ear, get a really good reach. And then windmill, inhale, come up. Rotate to the other side. Sorry if I'm going too quick. Work at your own pace. Take an inhale, opening the chest, get that shoulder blade back. And then coming back to the center. You might be building a little momentum like I am. And then you come back to the center. Take that hand under. Take the heels out. Reach out through the heels. Feel the heat in the core. Now take the legs wide. Try not to move your belly. Take the legs to the outside edge of the mat. And then step the feet together. Now bend the knees. Scoop the pubic bone forward. Exhale, lower. Breathe in, sphinx up. Keep the elbows knitting in. Press the tops of the feet down. The pubic bone presses strongly to get that tilt of the tailbone. And then breathing in on your next one. Exhale back into child's pose. One more breath in child's pose. Then you can breathe in. Take the hands under the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. Take an inhale. Exhale and rise into downward dog. Lengthening through the legs. Send the bum bones up. Now take your left leg straight up in the air. Reach through that heel. Try to have the leg as straight as you can. Bend the heel in and then circle the knee out. Keep reaching through that knee high as you pull up. Getting a really good circle of the knee. And then extend the leg up and come down. Now reaching the right leg up again, straight a leg as you can get. Reach and then bend that heel in. Circle the knee out. Opening through the thigh as you get that strong reach. Lengthening up. Then you can extend the leg out. Come down. Good. From there, we're going to come forward, gaze up, come up onto the tiptoes, step the feet forward, come on halfway up, beautiful lift, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, scoop the arms up, bring the palms together, and then exhale the hands to center. Great. Now from this position, we'll take the legs turning to your left and bring your left heel back and turn it out on a diagonal. Turn the front toes forward to come right into Trikonasana, the fancy triangle pose word. And you're going to rise from the rib cage, open the shoulders. Now breathe in and then exhale and slide, glide over to that right foot. Turn and gaze up towards the left palm. Now it really helps, I like to do this, I like to turn the palm down and then open through the side and then slide down because I find I can keep my left hip back better. Keeps it in check. And you keep the chin in slightly, then you can take that arm up. Then you get that opening. Where you come is dependent on how much you can keep this hip back. If you find your hip is rolling in like this, then just roll back. So you open through the side of the waist. And then you can breathe in, come back up. Rotate facing the other direction. Lift from the rib cage, breathe in. Exhale, slide to the left. Roll down, tip from that right hip. And again, you may want to turn the palm out. Take that arm around, turn, and then slide down that leg. Now, for me on this side, I can only come halfway down because of my scoliosis. So you may find that you need to have more emphasis on one side of the breath to help you open into the pose. That's kind of the beauty of the practice. You get to see where your tight places are. And one more breath. Then you can breathe in, come all the way back up. Now we'll turn, face the front, step the left foot over to the left, and you have your feet apart. And you're going to take your right hand onto your low back, lift from the rib cage, gaze up, and then exhale and extend out in front of that right foot. You're on your fingertips or the hand if you can get all the way down. I've got short legs, so it's easy. And then you turn to the right, and you pull that right waist back. Now, in revolved Trikonasana, you do technically have your front hand on the outside of the right foot. But let's just say that for most people, you're going to need to have it in front to really push into the floor, and you stay with your breathing. And then you can gaze down. Now breathe in, lift, come all the way back up. You're going to rotate to the other side. So hip square to this side. You rise up, take your left hand onto the low back, elbow gets to swing back to open your shoulder. And then exhale, that was the inhale, exhale, take the hand down in front of that left foot. Turn to the side, take that left arm, reach it up as you're pulling back from your core. Your breathing is steady. Breath. Getting that wonderful reach. Opening through the chest. One more breath. Now you can gaze down. Breathe in, windmill all the way through the front. So you're turning back to the center. I hope that opens your shoulders a lot. Now you're going to inhale. Take the hands right onto the back. I'll show you from here. You're going to take the hands up. Now press the elbows back. Rise from the rib cage. And then on your inhale, you can you want to gaze up a little bit to the left as you come over to the left. This is going to help to direct your shoulder and upper back. And you lift from the waist. And you feel the weight through both sides of the feet so that you can feel yourself anchored. And you want to still feel the underside waist lifting, so try not to collapse, but keep that nice opening. Here we go. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale over to the other side. Keep the rib cage lifted. Lengthening. I'm lifting up with the eyes in order to get that length of the upper back. Where the eyes go really directs the spinal column. And then you take the hands down. Now take the hands to the elbows and draw the elbows down. Step the left foot back. Now in this position your feet are apart, so one's not behind the other, so you can square forward. You take an inhale, gaze up. Exhale, fold out over the legs. Reach out with the body. I'm keeping quite a flow here, so if you need to stop and keep watching mechanics before you move on, then please take that moment to ascend to center and feel where you're supposed to be. And just keep reaching the elbows down as you open through the front shoulders. Pull up from the thigh as you reach the chest out. And one more breath. Here we go. Breath in, lift. Come all the way back up. Now we turn to the other side exactly. So you rotate the other way. Really nice through the shoulders. The hands are on the outside of your elbows, and that gets a pull down. Take an inhale, lift the ribs. And then exhale and extend out over that left leg. You're on the inside of the left foot. You're reaching and lengthening out. Your chin is dropped, and you're reaching through the top of the head as you extend down. Good. On your next inhale, come all the way back up, pivot from your hips, and then you can turn back to the side. Now we'll release the hands, take the hands behind, interlace the fingers, step your left leg back. Make sure the right foot is a little bit over to the right, so it's in front of your right hip, body squared. And then you take your inhale, rise up from the rib cage, exhale, extend out over that right leg. Get the wrists reaching out and up. Opening through the chest. Send that back left leg back. You've got your rib cage resting on your thigh, but you're still pulling up through the core, so don't give the weight to the leg. You want to keep on pulling your bum back from your right thigh, right front thigh. And then you're going to breathe in, gaze up, lift, keep reaching out, open through the chest, extend the arms up. You can see they come back behind the head. And you lift from the rib cage. If that's too much, stay forward. And keep rising from the rib cage. Back leg straight and strong if you can. Bending is okay. Just see if you could reach the heel. And then exhale to your right. Come down, slow control. Press into that left hand. Keep the front right knee directing forward. So you're really going to open up through that right hip. Then you're going to come back up. Gaze down. Take both hands to that right knee. Lift from the rib cage. Now step your back leg forward, whatever it takes. Stepping forward, step the right leg back, lift from your rib cage, open through this hip, extend the arms up, opening from the rib cage. Keep the back leg charged back. You're pulling up from the waist. Keep that lift. Just have to adjust this microphone. Makes everything go wonky. Get the waist up, and then you're lifting from the rib cage, opening through the chest, lengthen. Here we go, come down, press into the right hand, turn to your left. Keep that front left knee staying in tight to the body. The back leg is strong. Keep on pulling up from the core as you open through the side. Then gazing down, take the hands to that left thigh, open through the rib cage, lifting from the waist, interlace through the fingers, slide the shoulder blades down, lift the eyes. Now exhale and fold. Bring the wrists out. Keep on lifting the wrists over and lengthening and charging that back heel back. Stay with your breath. Keep on reaching the wrists over. Then you can lift, open through the chest. Come on all the way back up. Now we're going to lower down to the floor. Feel free to take your hands down if you need to. Lower down. Point the toes and lift from the rib cage. Tuck the tailbone under. Now once again, take the hands to the elbows as you lift up and press that back foot down to open up through the Achilles. You're going to press down there and you're going to pull up. So you're activating the Achilles, but really you're opening through your hip flexor. And you're going to pull up from your waist. Pulling up. I'm arcing back if you could. Keep pressing your foot down to anchor and to draw the tailbone down. One more breath. And then you can exhale. Now we take the hands down, shift legs, take the right leg forward, lift up onto the left knee, point the back toes down, lift. Once again, opening the chest. Take a lift of the rib cage coming up. Opening, press that back left foot down. Breath is steady. Lift, coming up. Keep that tailbone dropped as you pull up. Lifting from the rib cage, pulling the core up. And then you can gaze down. Now take your hand down and you're going to take, I'm going to shift my direction. You're going to take this right foot out to the side. So you've got a nice long leg. Let me just adjust this. So you're going to take that right leg out to the side, rise from the rib cage, slide down that right leg, lift the left arm up and over. Lengthen from the waist. And now you can take that hand down, come down onto the all fours, extend the opposite left leg up, standing kneel, lift, breathe in, exhale over. Lengthen from the waist. Keep that shoulder back as you come up and out. And then you can come down. Now, in your kneeling, standing kneeling position, see if you can keep your toes tucked under. Now, you're going to lean forward and you're going to grab your mat and roll it up into the log that you probably brought it in or had it rolled up in. And you're going to use this to get a great stretch into your Achilles. Now I have a Manduka mat, so it's really, really thick. But if I had my other lighter mat, because this one weighs 9 pounds, then you would have to roll it all the way up. So for my mat, I'm going to go to here. You're going to take the balls of the feet right to the top of the mat, and then take the fingertips forward, and you're going to lift. Now, if this is your first time doing this, you might notice you might need a block, or even another bolster or anything, books, something that's going to help you to lift that you can have on standby. So stretching in through the buttocks and the hamstrings, if you can really pull up through the core, and you're pressing the heels down, your breathing is steady. And then you can release. Now just take yourself off the mat, roll your mat back out. Mine's easy because it's heavy, but take your time to roll your mat, take the hands to the floor, and then you can take your left knee behind. So you're going to come back, and then you'll take your right foot out wide. And then you'll open from your hips to sit back. Now this is cow pose. I'll show you from the front. You're going to have that right leg on top. Your ankles are out to the side if you can, and you're getting that lift from the rib cage. The arms come up, lengthen from the waist, and you're pressing down through both heels. Now this can be a really challenging pose. Please let there not be any sensation through the outside knee. If there is, do this. Take the foot to unlock, You'll still get the rise from the rib cage. One hand behind either one in this pose, and you lift from the rib cage, gazing up. And then you can exhale, is the fun part. And you're gonna shift. Now you can either take this leg under, or you can be fancy, because I love that. And you're gonna rotate to the side where the leg's on top. So in your case, you're gonna be going to your right. I'm going to my left, I'm mirroring you. So you're coming around, your feet don't move, and then you come all the way down. You rise from the rib cage, lengthen from the waist, pulling up, opening through the chest and shoulders. Keep that length from the waist as you come up. You're dropped evenly through the hips, and then you can exhale and let the arms come down. Come on down onto the floor. You're going to release the weight all the way down. And then from here, take the knees in. Pull the knees in wide to stretch in through your low back and let the elbows bend to the outside. That way you can make sure your shoulders are resting back. Make circles with the knees. Good. In other direction, we are just taking it down a notch. And just keep in mind, if you have any challenges with blood pressure or cardiovascular, the poses we did really work those areas because the arms are high overhead. Now let the left leg straighten, so it will help you to strengthen your ability to change your blood pressure. So you're pulling that right knee in and circling around. Come on in the other direction. Your upper body is relaxed. Great. Now you can twist over to the left. Take that arm across, leg across. Gaze to your right. Your right leg is across. Come on into a full circle with that right arm. So you're just going to pendulum the arm around. Taking a nice big in-breath as you come up. And then exhale down. Feels so good through the chest. Oh, this is a pose that I do on a daily basis. And it takes the tight curve out that I get in my low back. And it really helps my low back to be a lot freer. So I think you'll love this one. And then just bend the elbow, right arm, bring it back. Gaze to the right. And then you can breathe in, come on back up. Now we'll straighten the right leg. Pull the left leg in, pull it up snug. And then come on over to the side, tipping to that side. Feel the left arm coming out as you turn to that left side with the gaze. Bringing that left hip across, wonderful stretch. And then come on into a full circle with this left arm. Taking an in-breath, exhale around, breathing in, opening through the chest, breathing in, right around. And then take the arm out, just stretch to that side. Reaching that left arm out. And then you can breathe in. Come on right back to the center. Let the heels drop. And with the knees back to the center, draw the both knees in. Pull them in wide. Take the feet towards the ceiling, coming into happy baby, bending the knees. Let them come on right to the outside. Take a deep breath in. Completely exhale. And come into a very brief Shavasana. I know it's the morning, and I want you to spend here a minute. And if you could spend 6 minutes. So give yourself the time that you need to. I'm going to stay here for a minute with you. So as you begin to let your body go into the mat, you're giving your nervous system a chance to settle and a chance for all of the poses to gel into the muscles and the connective tissue and the bones. Now continue to feel your body soften. And notice any little flirts of inspiration, any energy that's increased in your body. It might feel like a bit of a buzz. And if you started your day tired, this is the best way to open up the spine and increase your circulation. So you're either going to continue to rest for another 5 minutes because you've got it. you've got the time. Otherwise, come on into seated position and have a great day. I'll see you next time.